Hello and welcome to another episode on My View. Today we'll be discussing on a story that's been making headlines all week. The labor strike in Nigeria, with the NLC threatening to resume its nationwide strike. The labor unions in Nigeria, represented by the NLC and TUC, are threatening to resume a nationwide strike if the government fails to meet their demand for a 250,000 minimum wage. The current standoff between the Nigerian government and labor union over the minimum wage is a reflection of the deep-seated economic inequalities and challenges faced by the country. Nigeria has a large population living below poverty line, and many workers struggle to make ends meet with the current minimum wage. The proposed 250,000 minimum wage is seen as a crucial step towards addressing these inequalities and improving the lives of millions of Nigerians. However, the government is offering them a sum of 62,000 naira, which the NLC Assistant General Secretary classified as a starving wage. I would say that the ongoing negotiations between the government and the labor union are crucial for finding a solution that balances the need for economic growth with the need to improve the living standard of the working class. Statistics show that the inflation rate in Nigeria has risen to 33.95% in May 2024, making it difficult for workers to afford basic necessities. Considering the economic realities of the country, is it justifiable for the government to reject the labor union demand for a 250,000 minimum wage? Looking at these criteria, it is really important for the government to prioritize the well-being of its workforce, poverty reduction, inflation, economic growth, fairness and equity, improved productivity. A higher minimum wage would help lift millions of workers out of poverty, reducing the poverty rate in Nigeria, and would also reduce crime rate and corruption to an extent. The proposed wage increase would also help workers keep up with the rising cost of living in Nigeria, put more money in workers' pockets, boosting consumer spending and economic growth. 250,000 is a more realistic reflection of the value of workers' labor, considering the high cost of living in Nigeria. A higher minimum wage would also motivate workers to be more productive, leading to a more improved performance and efficiency in various sectors. The government should understand that if the workers refuse to work, it would affect everyone, including the health sector, educational sector, and every other sectors. The government decision on the minimum wage would have a significant implications for the life of millions of Nigerians. It is crucial that the government engages in constructive dialogue with labor unions to find a solution that addresses the concern of all stakeholders and promotes a more equitable and prosperous society. Moving on to another pressing issue. Recently, ASU seek urgent action to make education affordable in Africa. We would all agree that the cost of higher education in Africa has become a significant barrier to access, with students paying an average of $3,000 in fees annually. This exorbitant cost has resulted in many talented students being unable to pursue their academic dreams, perpetuating the cycle of poverty and limiting socio-economic mobility. Should Nigerian government and private sectors prioritize affordable education for all? The situation is further compounded by the fact that many African countries have underfunded education systems. According to UNESCO, sub-Saharan Africa spend an average of 2.1% of its gross domestic product (GDP) on education, which is far below the recommended 6% by UNESCO. This funding gap makes it difficult for government to provide quality education to all students. Governments have a responsibility to provide quality education for citizens. However, there is a struggle to meet this responsibility due to limited resources and underfunded education system. An educated workforce is essential for economic development, but this high cost of education means that many African graduates are saddled with debt or lack of necessary skills and knowledge to contribute effectively to their economies, which is an hindrance to economic growth and development in Africa. African private sectors investing in education will contribute to the economic empowerment of its continent by creating a knowledgeable workforce and also drive innovation and growth. When we prioritize education affordability, it would reduce educational inequality and provide opportunities for students from diverse socioeconomic backgrounds to access quality education, and will also secure a more prosperous future for Africa by fostering a skilled workforce capable of driving sustainable development and progress. Other private sectors have a responsibility to give back to the economy. By investing in education, they can fulfill their corporate social responsibility and positively impact the lives of many, and would also enhance the region's competitiveness and attract more opportunities for growth. How do we achieve this? Let us analyze this innovative solution. Aside from the student loan bill that the Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed into law and establishing an education bank, other innovative solutions should be prioritized, like distance learning programs or public to private partnership, which can also help expand access to quality education while reducing costs for students and their families. That will be all for today. Thanks for watching. I am Adedoko Favor. See you next time.